In the case of Iran, I might just say that it's a difficult scenario. If they do get nuclear weapons, there are going to be several other countries in that part of the world that will get, in my view, that will have a very active quest for nuclear weapons. If we have a conflict, it has all sorts of implications. It would not be an over and out type conflict. You'd have to take out the defensive missiles. If you were serious about it, you'd have to take out their nuclear sites, and there's certainly not one or two. There are a lot more than that. As Sid Drell, our physicist partner that's portrayed in this book, reminded us yesterday afternoon, you need to take out the electrical grid also. Would have huge implications to their nuclear program. Since they have threatened to close the Persian Gulf, you would really need to take out their Navy and probably a lot of their Air Force. So this is not a raid like we've seen before on Iraq and Syria. It's a big deal, has a lot of consequences. We've got to think through it, but I do believe there is some hope because the Iranians are in a real economic squeeze now. First of all, they've got a bad economic system, and second, the embargoes are having some effect. Their valuation of their currency has gone down about 30% in the last 6 months. So they are feeling the pain. Unfortunately, a lot of innocent people suffer, and that's something you always are concerned about, but the alternatives are pretty grim. And if, of course, we had a war, there would be even more suffering. So the embargo has got to be tightened. We've got to do everything we can to persuade China and Russia to participate in it. The Europeans are beginning to be very assertive, talking about cutting off the import of Iranian oil. All that may have an effect. The only other, there's anything regarding Iran these days that's a bright spot is a dark bright spot. I would say the one dark bright spot here is that they contend over and over again, though we don't believe them and shouldn't believe them, that they don't have a weapon program, and they're not going to have a weapon program. And the Ayatollah just said it would be a sin to develop weapons. Now, do I believe that? No. But do I think that is important? Yes, because it's a face-saving place to come down. If we can come up with a concept like George talked about with some type of international enrichment centers that are under 24/7 IAEA camera and control. So that's the dark, bright spot in a very difficult situation.